Global is green, showing once again they are really just anti-human activists. I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.media. We have known for a long time that many environmentalists are simply anti-human. They don't like human beings being on the planet. They think we're some kind of cancer. They want the planet to be for the animals, but not the human animals. Well, this showed up again in comments made by Christina Figueres. She is the head of the United Nations Climate Change Convention, and she was at a progressive forum where she made these comments.
We can definitely change those numbers, and we really should make every effort to change the numbers because we are already exceeding the planetary carrying capacity.
To me, that sounds like Figueres saying that we need fewer people on the planet, but when she was asked about that by TheRebel.media's Marissa Semkiw during a news conference in Toronto, she denied it.
We're already beyond what we can produce with food. We're already beyond the water that keeps people healthy. So you have to balance out, on the one hand, the natural resources, and on the other hand, population. And that balance is a balance that we're going to have to reach.
Okay, so let's put her original comments in full context. She was asked whether 9 billion people is too many. Do we need to do something to reduce the planet? Here's her answer in full.
I mean, we all know we expect 9 billion, right, by 2050. So yes, obviously less people would exert less pressure on the natural resources, and that's
so.
Is
Is 9
math.
billion a foregone conclusion? That's like baked in, done. No way to change that.
Well, there again, there's pressure in the system to go toward that. We can definitely change those, right? We can definitely change those numbers, and we really should make every effort to change the numbers because we are already exceeding the planetary carrying capacity today, to say nothing of adding more population that is going to really overextend our capacity. So yes, we should do everything possible, but we cannot fall into the very simplistic opinion of saying just by curtailing population, then we've solved the problem. It is not an either or, it is an and also.
I said that pretty much sounds like someone saying we have too many people already, we can't afford to add the 2 billion over the next several years. Well, the fact is we don't have too many people. Maybe they're in the wrong spots, places that don't have the right resources, the right amount of food, the right amount of water. Maybe there's man-made famine going on caused by war. But the Population Research Institute, a US-based not-for-profit, has actually done some of the math. Listen to what they say about how full the planet really is.
The myth of overpopulation originated in England in 1798, when a vicar named Thomas Malthus, who fancied himself something of a mathematician, saw that food production increased incrementally, but people reproduced exponentially. He sat down and did some simple math, and summarily decided that the world would be out of food by 1890. He blamed reduced mortality rates, and recommended killing off the have-nots of society, lest the haves starve to death. This cry was taken up by Paul Ehrlich of Stanford University in 1968, who claimed that reckless human reproduction had overwhelmed the Earth. Massive famines would result, which would destroy, best case scenario, 1/5 of humanity by the end of the 70s. And the planet would follow. This fear produced large donations for the newly created UNFPA, which thrives on an imagined crisis that has been both imminent and rescheduled again and again over the past 2 centuries. The truth of the matter is that every family on this planet could have a house with a yard and all live together on a landmass the size of Texas, which is really just a small corner of the planet. The population of Earth will peak in 30 years and then start to go back down. We're not overpopulated. Do the math.
So we could all live with a house and a yard on a massive land the size of Texas, and that would leave what? The rest of the planet for growing food, for water, for everything else. So we're not overpopulated. This is a myth that the Malthusians have been putting out for a couple of 100 years now, and every time that they're proven wrong, do you remember the book Population Bomb, that we were going to run out of everything by the 1980s? Every time they're proven wrong, they just find a new way to package their argument. They're not right now, they weren't right back then, and it's time to start ignoring them.